So for my assignment, I decided to go to Little Italy, particularly the Italian center shop. Today I decided to go with one of my best friends, Joe, and by coincidence we ran into one of our best friends, Mateo, as he was working there. Luckily, our friend Mateo took us around the entire shop, including the back, so we could find more items labeled in Italian. It was very difficult to find items without an English label directly below the Italian label, but luckily we found some items thanks to Mateo's help.
Okay, el cliente means the client.
What's the second one?
And la persona is the person.
Unfortunately, there are clips that only have me attempting to pronounce the item. However, with the text I will explain what I believe the label read and the reasoning behind it.
Oh, salsa bianca means white sauce.
What about?
Ferma means a farm. Conservare in un luogo fresco. What does it say the last part? Ascluto? That means conserve in a place that's cold, and I don't know the other one. Maneggiare con cura. That means manage with care.
As my friends and I went around the store, I realized that as we read the labels, we made our own interpretations based on our own previous knowledge and understanding of different concepts. This reminded me of the idea of postmodernism, where we question what we accept as known as well as how we know it.
Preparati con uova fresche? Is that what it is?
Wait, isn't assortiti and assortita like assorted? This is depicted in the game The Stanley Parable, which we viewed during our class discussion. Through the use of a disjointed narrative, it allowed for the narrator to question the authority in the game. Although there is a narrator telling the player what needs to be done, in the end, it is the player that has the choice of undermining or following the narrator's instructions, which will alter what outcome the player attains. Now, although the player can make their own decisions and actions, despite them being capable of attaining different outcomes and giving the idea they choose their own ending, this is an illusion. In reality, the game's design predetermines a variety of endings based on the variety of choices that the player can make. This can also be seen in The Truman Show by Peter Weir, where Truman also experiences the idea of an illusion. He is made to believe that the choices he makes are based on his perceptions and knowledge. However, every decision he's made is controlled by his creator. The creator makes it seem as though Truman has freedom when in reality he doesn't. However, when Truman realizes that things are slightly off in his life, he begins to question what was going on. He began to question what he was being told by others, and instead of brushing it off, he pursued to discover who's really in authority of his narrative. Both of the texts I have mentioned show a correlation to my interpretation of another language in postmodernism. As I questioned where I got my interpretation from when reading the labels, it was similar to when the player or Truman questioned where their decisions were predetermined. They demonstrate how instead of accepting our interpretations or choices as they are, we question the authority or where they originate from.